So, as the blockbuster continues to dominate Hollywood to the point where it's pretty much the only type of movie that Hollywood makes, it's fascinating to watch the blockbuster diversify as a genre. You know, just the way everyone heralded The Winter Soldier for diversifying the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think you're seeing that same diversification at a wider level with the genre itself, right? I mean, like, who would have ever thought that live-action fairy tales would become a thing? But they're very much a thing. And, you have the comic book slice of the blockbuster, you have the video game slice of the blockbuster coming up, and there's also a smaller slice that I think is starting to get more momentum because Bourne is back, and that's the intellectual blockbuster. And that's something, by the way, which I think the Bourne franchise has largely pioneered, and you're only seeing it, I think, so far duplicated by World War Z, which is, again, I would kind of label it, not only the intellectual blockbuster, but like National Geographic meets Vanity Fair, right? Like, and also because these movies have that kind of gloss. And I think it's really great, and it's, again, a great diversification of the blockbuster, and why the blockbuster is able to be dominant, because it does seem fresh. It is, reinventing itself to some degree. So I'm excited to see Bourne back, reclaim the intellectual slice of the blockbuster that it created, pioneered, and also, Matt Damon back in the role that he should be in, that he deserves to be in, that he created. And I think that because he created it and because he's back, this should really in many ways be the ultimate Bourne movie, right? Like everything that Bourne should be according to the people that made it what it is, Damon and Greengrass. So I'm very excited to see what they do with it. There's no brakes are being applied. So I want to see not only what they do with it in terms of action, but in terms of, that intellectual commentary, that political world commentary and government commentary. All right. So let's get started. This is really fun. Thanks for watching with me.
I know who I am.
When we are finished with you, you'll no longer be yourself.
That was a very controversial decision this franchise made.
I remember everything.
Remembering everything doesn't mean you know everything.
Oh, they always get you at that. I feel like Julia Stiles is a Hollywood executive being like, there's room for another movie.
Could be worse than Snowden.
Facial recognition got a hit.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Why would he come back now?
Vikander.
There's a demonstration in front of the Greek Parliament building. I think she'll use it as cover.
They tracked you. We gotta move.
I love the fighting in these movies.
He's seen things. He knows things. What if he's not coming for us? What if it's something else?
I volunteered because of a lie. This is Jason Bourne. I need to talk.
32 kills. People are safer because of what you did.
Oh. I love that.
You're never gonna find any peace. Not till you admit to yourself who you really are.
That was really interesting. See, they added the intellectualism. So they took a lot of the really like, oh wow moments from the Super Bowl spot, the Vegas Strip car chase, the knocking him out with one punch like a boss, and then they layered in, the political commentary of the film. And I'm very curious with the Edward Snowden reference. That's very, only the Bourne franchise would have the guts to like embrace that. And it seems to me almost like putting him in a heroic sense, right? Because you're really creating like Julia Stiles and Jason Bourne are like the movie action equivalent of Snowden, right? So that's a fascinating and really bold choice, I have to say. I also am very surprised with Alicia Vikander's role. Pleasantly surprised. I thought she was just going to be the latest love interest for Bourne, right? The new Franco Potente who came from Run Lola Run, and then never went anywhere after this movie, the first Bourne movie. But to put Alicia Vikander in the Joan Allen role is a really excellent choice for her as an actress. I mean, it puts her more in the center of the action. She doesn't have to play the love interest. I wonder what happened to Joan Allen. Joan Allen's still available to work, but they decided not to go back with her. I guess they feel they wanted to make they couldn't just keep rehashing the same characters again and again, right? But I think Alicia Vikander is a good Joan Allen, replacement. And again, it'll be interested to see how someone who doesn't seem as experienced as Vikander would be in her position within the Bureau. Or she has a foreign accent in this movie, so maybe she's like a consultant to the Bureau. But still, I think it's really good to see her getting that type of role in this kind of a franchise. So I'm very pleasantly surprised by that development. But I'm curious how you feel about it. What do you think of the Bourne franchise? What do you think? How does this installment look? What do you think of the politics? What do you think of the idea of the intellectual blockbuster? Do you love it as much as I do? And what do you think of Alicia Vikander's role? Do you like her as the new Joan Allen? I thought she looked pretty cool in her trench coat. Or are you like, I thought she should have been the love interest in the field with Jason Bourne? Although Jason Bourne's love interest never lasts very long. So again, that's another reason this is a good choice for Vikander. All right, so write your thoughts down below. Thank you as always for watching with me. And you can check out some other episodes right now.